Hey, thanks for coming by Tori Magoo 44. Today is the 22nd of January 2013, rolling along. And this is life lesson number 2, which is going to be about helping another person. And a lot of times people, we feel like, we're just not doing enough. We need to do something else. I wish I was happier. And it's amazing if you do go help someone else, how much better they feel, number one, that you've helped them. I mean, it's unbelievable to have someone just walk into your life and say, hey, we're here. Just like, I can think of a million of examples, but, it, the one that always blows my mind is when Anonymous showed up here in Los Angeles. We had been picketing and speaking out. There were like 5 of us that would say our names, and there were, hundreds of people that were writing on the internet. But it was sort of like if you were in a corner, being beat up by, a few people, and there were, like one guy was beating you up, and, a couple guys were trying to like get him off, and it really wasn't working too well. And then all of a sudden around the corner comes, just like hundreds and hundreds of people that are like very strong, and they're ready for this fight. And it's just like, how great is that? And that's kind of how it feels when someone starts helping you. And I'm not saying Anonymous came to help me, but I'm just saying that's the feeling I had. And people have helped me all through in 2000 when I was ready to, when I finally woke up, it was like, where am I going to go? And Bob Vinton got on the phone and said, why don't you come here and just hang with us for a couple of weeks? And I was like, because I can't afford it. And he said, we'll pay for it. Just get to LAX and we'll handle it. And, the rest is history. They chased me all the way across the country. It was just unbelievable. But the Tampa police got me out of the Tampa airport, and they were they lifesavers, truly. Just walked into my life. They were just there for a very brief time, but it was an incredible, incredible time. And so now one of my friends, way back then even, I'll show you one of the things he did. I didn't even know this guy then. I was on Alt Religion Scientology, which was the only news group back then. And I had mentioned about my dad being a professional football player, playing for the Chicago Cardinals. And my friends sent me football cards. I didn't even know my dad had football cards. And Mark Plummer sent me this football card, which is on the World Championship game for the AFL, which is where it was the Super Bowl, which my dad, I think he broadcast that, and he got the Packers versus the Chiefs. Either that, I'm not sure I think he broadcast it or he played in it. I'm not sure. But, here's his name. This is so cute. It's these old little football cards that they had a million years ago. Let's see if I can get it with a light. Screwing it up, which it is. See? Paul Christman, Pitchin' Paul. There you go. And he's an All-American football gum. He was in that. I love it. I mean, I had no idea that he had football cards. And he had a few other ones that I gave a couple of them to my son. But this guy, Mark Plummer, back then, went and got those and sent them to me, a whole package of them. And it was just like, how amazing is that? Did anybody in Scientology ever even look to see that my dad had football cards? No. If they did even find out, would they ever go and buy them and send them to me? Hell no. No way. They had to put their money on the bridge. They can't be buying football cards. But anyway, he's helped me over and over and over with my computer. He's a very highly trained computer guy, and worked for Homeland Security after, he was originally a Sea Org member in Sea Org. And a lot of these guys that get out of the Sea Org have a very hard time because they had no Social Security. They had nothing. You know what I mean? They leave, they have nothing. Now, some of them have made it great, like Blown for Good. He's definitely rolling along. I mean, there's a lot of people that have made it. They're doing really good. And there's a lot of people struggling along. And I'm not saying for every person struggling along, I'm here and make a pitch for it. I'm not. But for someone like Mark, who has dearly helped me for years and years and years, and I'm not talking like one time, it's like, call me anytime. I will help you with your computer. He's done that for me for years. So I feel like the least I can do is ask anyone who has any money. I know most of you don't know him, but many of you do, because he's been online for years, posting facts and documents about L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology, the Church of Scientology, etc. And he worked at American St. Hill here in Los Angeles as a CR member. Then he got out and he's been raising his family. He still has a wife. He's helping his daughter. He's helping his granddaughter. He's trying to keep his house together. He's losing all of, his house, his insurance, it's a bunch of stuff. His internet connection, I think, is going Friday if he doesn't get some more money. And somebody wrote him and said, well, that's a luxury. It's not a luxury for someone like this. This is his job. This is the way he makes money, is by the internet. So he really needs it. And if I had more money, I'm going to send him some money. And believe me, I'm not in a position to be sending out money, honey child. But if any of you can send a little bit, if all of us can just send a little bit, it really does bring home the bacon. It does. And it's one of those things that Scientology, you can laugh at us all you want. I don't really give a flying fuck. I really don't. Because these are people who care. They don't even know Mark. And they're gonna, not everybody, certainly not everybody, but there'll be people that'll go, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna send him $10. Or I'm gonna send him $20. Or you know what? Maybe I can stretch and send him $50. Or maybe there's some big wealthy guy out there who goes, you know what? Give me his phone number. I'm gonna call him. Let's get this thing handled. And believe me, I know Mark is the last person that would ever on earth. He's a giver. He's not a taker. He would never ask you for money. Ever. So this is, for me, I'm asking you. I'm saying, come on, let's do it. This guy has helped a ton of people for a very long time. And he deserves it. And I'm not going to be doing this a lot of times. I'm not. But for someone that has helped me, as much as he has helped me, for as long as he's helped me, I feel like the least I can do is ask some people out there, if you can. If you can't, don't feel guilty. Don't feel bad. It's like everybody can only do what you can do. And if you're at the end of your rope, don't call me. I'm sorry. I wish I was a bank. I wish I had millions to just give out. I do. It would just be so great. But I don't. So I'm just saying this for Mark because he has helped me for years, and it's the least I can do. So if you can, in any way, you can either do PayPal. I'm going to put the link in here for xscientology.net, where they, Sautez put up a whole write-up of all of his different specific things, his email, his PayPal account, all this other stuff. I couldn't get PayPal to work for me. So I called him and he said, look, just go down to a Chase, any Chase. I said, I don't have a Chase account. He said, it doesn't matter. You can just walk in. He's got it. He gave me the account number, which I posted on there, which will be in the links. And Osa, we all know that you know this stuff. And that's why I said post it. They already know it. So they've already served him on stuff. So, they know his address and all this other stuff. So don't be screwing around with them because it's not going to come out good for you. And believe me, I'm saying it right now. It's not going to come out good if you start screwing around with any of this. But I don't think they will for that reason because, fraud and stuff like that, it gets really tricky when it comes to money. So anyway, there you go. I'm going to put the link here. If you want, you can walk into a Chase, which I'm going to do tomorrow, and just put his name and how much, the account number, which is in this link, and then how much money you want to send to him. And it will really help. Okay? So there you go. But for everyone, if you aren't going to be in on this for your life, for the life lesson, do something for other people. It's amazing how much it comes back to you when you help someone else. Anybody. You can help somebody walk across the street. I'll post another link on that too, because it's just, there's a wonderful video about that I've shown before, but if you missed it, it's well worth it. You can watch it every day. It's a wonderful video on that kind of thing. So there you go. I love you guys. Thank you. And Mark, I really hope that it all comes in and everything works out. I do. All right. Bless all your hearts. Thank you so much.